Hello, I'm Scott Wrighton, and I serve as the Decatur City Manager, and it's my pleasure to bring you these weekly updates from your city government. As we get closer to the holidays, I feel compelled to report that it's not holiday bells I hear going off, but warning bells, and they come from all over the state of Illinois. As of a week ago, 34 Illinois counties had entered warning status, with more to come, and these include Macon, DeWitt, and Christian counties in our part of the state. Macon County's rate of infection per 100,000 population has risen to a record-shattering 288, and our positivity rate has climbed to 9.4%. These two indicators alone explain what drives our county into what is called warning status. The total number of cases now in Macon County is approaching 2,700. The age group most likely to be infected are residents in their 20s, but the biggest and greatest risk of death is among the elderly. As has been the case in the past months, the state's health department's rolling numbers are always about 7 to 10 days old if you go to their website to check up on them. But despite the data's age, I believe even the more recent local numbers continue with this disturbing trend of higher reported cases. In fact, I believe that the positivity rating for Macon County has now risen more recently, still hasn't been confirmed, to 11.4%. Fortunately, our local healthcare bed capacity and fatality rates are where they need to be, but the seriousness of this situation is real. And those who do not take even simple and reasonable precautions are simply choosing to endanger others. Throughout the crisis, the city of Decatur has sought what I guess you could call a middle ground. We did not want to shut down the lives of our citizens, but we also want to control the spread of the virus. We don't want a police state where people feel like they can't even go out and seek health care or the fellowship of small groups, but we did not think that insisting on comparatively easy precautions like masks and social distancing was an unreasonable burden either. But as many of you have observed for yourselves, people feel really passionate about this, one way or the other. And that means the city's middle-of-the-road position is not always embraced. If we allow a community event but still impose rules for masks and social distancing, we are simultaneously accused of putting business interests ahead of the public health on the one hand, and accused of government overreach and taking away civil liberties on the other hand. In our overly polarized culture, finding common ground has become much more difficult. This was, to some extent, I think, evidenced in the city council meetings that happened last Monday, where we did a much modified arrangement for annual Christmas walk downtown. This coming year, we will be closing streets rather than pushing everyone to the sidewalks to allow more social distancing. The event will be more spread out. It will require masks and have more monitors, but there will still be an event, and even Santa will socially distance this year. Our tremendous thanks go out to the Chamber of Commerce, to the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and to other community volunteers for putting their heads together to find a safe and appropriate and still fun way to celebrate the holidays here in Decatur. Free testing continues at the Civic Center parking lot. For those who have had a little bit of difficulty coming between the hours of 8 a.m. and 12 noon, Monday through Friday, the State Health Department will, at least 2 more times in the coming weeks, deploy their mobile testing unit to Decatur. This means that service will be available between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Sunday, beginning October 26th and extending through Sunday, November the 1st, also taking place in the Civic Center parking lot. In addition to Christmas planning, the Decatur City Council took up other matters at their last meeting. These include an improved municipal power aggregation contract. Under this arrangement, a power buyer, Homefield Energy, secures electricity in bulk and then sells it to customers through Ameren. This generally enables customers to obtain lower rates. We estimate that the newly approved rate that the City Council adopted will save the average residential customer about $160 a year. To participate, you don't have to do anything. Ameren will still send you an aggregated power bill, and they still will own and operate the facilities that's used to deliver that power to you. But under this arrangement, which has been in place actually for several years, the energy purchase portion of your Ameren bill will be a little less. Under Illinois Commerce Commission rules, not city rules, however, all customers are allowed to opt out of this lower cost aggregated offering and pay whatever seasonally adjusted rates Ameren may be charging. Homefield Energy has already started mailing information to Decatur residents. Maybe you've received it, as required by law. But you only need to respond if you want to opt out. And because of the savings, we recommend that you not do that. The constitutionally mandated 2020 census is now over. By arrangement of the U.S. Commerce Department and the U.S. Supreme Court, the last official day of counting was October 15th, and the Census Bureau's portal was closed shortly thereafter. The results won't be announced until January, but this was a Herculean effort here in Decatur, and the mayor and city council are very thankful for everyone's participation. So stay safe. Please help bring down the numbers for Macon County by wearing masks and practicing social distancing and avoiding those large groups, especially if there's people in those large groups that are not wearing masks and are not social distancing. And I look forward to talking with you again next week.